The Mirror, held by Harry Carpenter, ladies and gentlemen. £1.3 million every day. That's the daily profit for Railtrack. Shocking. Have we had anyone admit any responsibility for the Paddington Rail disaster, or say sorry? I don't think we have we? We've had lots of people mumbling excuses and acting like it's... Tell us about all this sort of splitting up the rail service. It means everyone can just shove the buck along to another company, don't they?
Do you know, I hate that. If you are in a managerial position, surely part of your cash is earned by the buck stopping with you.
I know, no one seems to resign anymore.
Surely.
Oh, it makes me want to upchuck in my shorts. Let's go over the Times. Let me fight Livingston, says Dobson. The former Health Secretary is reported to have said, "Oi, Livingston, outside now." It says in the Times. Would you like to fight Ken Livingston?
No.
I'd love to. That would be worth watching. Let's go to the Star. Can you imagine the kid? They're asking.
Oh my God!
Now, cynics are suggesting it's a publicity thing, but and if it was, I tell you what, they're getting some publicity, aren't they?
Yeah, maximum.
My point was, OK, if it was a publicity, it's not like either of them need it. It's in the papers pretty well every day anyway. I mean, they don't really need it anymore. I've heard from showbiz insiders that it's actually a genuine thing.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard it's actually it's genuine. There's genuine passion involved. Have you heard that as well?
Yeah, I have.
Have you heard that?
I heard it before the newspapers heard it.
It could be love, couldn't it?
No, he is genuinely very fond of her.
Really?
Yeah. Really
A spokesman for Chris said he is genuinely fond of her. Sarah Cox for Big Breakfast.
I was there.
I was there. Were you there?
I was there, yeah. In between.
It's a cock sandwich!
Mac in love. Mac in love. Do you know what? I'm going to get in there. I'm going to get in there. Any questions anyone wants to ask? Jeff, I know you've got a question.
Have I? I wasn't briefed about it then.
OK, nice one. OK, I thought you had a question, Jeff. That's all right. You just look like you're going to ask something, say something intelligent.
Not me.
I missed... Sorry, I misread your face. Here we go. This is a slogan. This is in Daily Telegraph's Peterborough section. This is a slogan seen on a T-shirt of a passing motorcyclist. And it said on the back, "If you can read this, then my wife has fallen off." Genius. I have seen the bumper sticker saying, "Caution, mother-in-law in boot" on the sticker. It's a very good place to keep them. Here we go. This is Ministers try rugby diplomacy on France. Ministers and farmers' leaders. Farmers' leaders. Holding pitchforks and running down there. Ministers and farmers' leaders hope that rugby diplomacy may work where European Union talks failed. To end France's illegal ban on British beef. Downing Street signalled yesterday that Tony Blair may raise it with Lionel Jospin, the French Premier, at the Rugby Union World Cup final in the Millennium Stadium in Cardiff on Saturday with Jacques Chirac, the French president. See, it tells you Tony Blair is just like a newcomer to sport. You don't talk business at sport. What's he going to do? This is a guy who's rooting for his country. You can imagine Tim's getting really tense. He goes, "So what about British beef?" Yeah. "Shut up, Tony, I'm trying to watch the game." Can you imagine, if he really wants to negotiate, he should do it 10 minutes before the game in the car park. Yeah. You know, telling him, if you don't negotiate this, you're not getting in, mate. That's how you do it. You don't do it by disrupting his interest in the sport.
Have you noticed Tony Blair's eyes shutting on one side as well?
He's ageing, isn't he?
Well, it's his logical side as well. He's very tired on the logic side.
You think his logic lobe
His
is caving in?
logic's tired.
Yeah, I think this the Premier when he came in, he sort of looked really young and sprightly, and he's finishing. He looks. And the other day he did something. I thought, is that Neville Chamberlain? I really was waving around a piece of paper, and I thought I was watching the History Channel. I really did. Anyway, I'm going to get on with the papers here. I see the Duke of York this morning departed Heathrow Airport, London for Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and Qatar. I don't know what the Duke of Gull's up to. Presumably, he just packed his sandwich. He sees it very much. he sees the desert very much as an everlasting bunker. He'll just be there, just a week, just chipping round and chasing, just to get his technique right. Monsters nail attack on Mrs. This is an extraordinary story here. A husband tied down his wife and hammered a 4-inch nail into her head. Because she forgot to cook him dinner.
Fair enough.
What I like is there was outrage when I said it first of all. I said, "Forgot to cook him dinner," and I sort of kept going, but it's, no, she's all right. It's OK. She's all right. I wouldn't have read the story. Obviously, I don't laugh at people banging nails in each other's heads. Astonishingly, Maria Bungignon, 56, survived and was yesterday stable in hospital after a 2-hour operation. Police in Romania are considering action against her husband, Vasil, 58, even though they described it as a domestic dispute and said they wouldn't normally get involved in something like that.
In attempted murder.
It's your own business, isn't it? But what it says here is Vasil had returned from a boozing session. But police said Maria's forgiven her husband. I tell you, do you know what? They must have a really strong marriage, mustn't they?
Either that or he's terrorised her for years.
Yeah. No, but the point is, she's forgiven him.
Don't
He's
get
like,
me on
"Do you
this,
forgive
I'm
me,
really
love, for
cross.
All right, you banged a nail in my head. I forgive you. You know what I mean? It's something you really remember. This is this fan punches ref at match. A referee was punched to the ground by an angry fan during a soccer match for under-10s. Under-10s. Now, I've got to say, there's a reference. Could you get any children out of the room now, please? Not this room, obviously they can stay in. Block their ears.
That's a good
you
idea.
See, that's better parenting. A referee was punched to the ground by an angry fan during a soccer match for under-10s. Amateur ref Jim Parks, 63, was hit twice on the chest after blowing his whistle on a foul. A man raced onto the pitch to be with the injured boy. When I asked him what he was doing, he gave me a two-handed blow to the chest. What, to the chest? But what's even more disturbing here, he says, when I'd recovered, I asked the man his name. He said, Father Christmas, and walked off the pitch with the boy. Now, listen, right, Santa, all right? You make one appearance once a year and it's good. Don't soil your copybook, all right? Do you know what I mean? Santa, you know, because he must get so bored and frustrated. It turns out he's just a hooligan. See what happens if Father Christmas actually runs with a firm of hooligans every week? There's just like a load of lads running down the street and one of them clearly is Santa. Santa putting his big shiny boots in. You know, there's going to be a new upbeat national anthem. I hate upbeat versions of old things. You know, I went to see England versus the All Blacks and they played the new upbeat version of Swing Low, and it was just awful. I mean, it was just really cack.
You're quite a traditionalist on that.
No, I'm not. It was just, I just don't like things that are cack. And it really was. Anyway, they're going to do an upbeat national anthem for the Millennium Dome New Year's Eve party. It was revealed yesterday. It's composed by English National Opera director Jonathan Dove. He's not going to tinker with the words, but the music's going to change to make it more upbeat, more modern. It's understood the classical style will remain, but the tune will be a lot livelier. Harry, can we just give him a rendition of what you think this can be? A lively version. Let's go for it. Can we get a sound man through? Wow. Let's just hear. Harry can do this on the spur of the moment. The piano's lined up. Just come through here. We normally don't leave. This is what we think it could sound like. Harry, go on. Thank you very much, Harry. Did you work the national anthem in there?
It was in there, yeah.
Was it in there? Well done, Harry. I didn't even notice it, and I'm sure that's what the organising intend. Harry, ladies and gentlemen. He is very impressive. Sir Sick Pig Flick. Now, you think, the Daily Star, you think they would never miss out on a gory, sexy detail. Well, not sexy detail, but the gory detail.
Sexy,
but they have today. A lecturer has been, well, it is, well, you read it. A lecturer has been sacked after he showed a class of students a nude video of himself stirring a bucket of pig's hearts. If that's not sexy, what is? That is sexy. That is sexy, isn't it? Students at... Yeah, no.
Thank you.
It's a very good point. It's a very good point, Ian, but what you've done is you've anticipated the next bit I'm about to do.
I'll get big goats.
Students at Cheltenham and Gloucester College of Higher Education, very conservative sort of region, looked on in horror at tutor Jordan Mackenzie's film. Assistant Director Paul Van Rossum said it was inappropriate and he no longer works here. But let's just go back to say, what he was doing is he's nude and he's stirring a bucket of pig's hearts. Yeah? That's okay. Now wait for this. Yeah, this is. Everyone thinks, oh, it's only the tabloids that bring out the gory details. This is the Guardian. There's a detail the Star missed out. See if you can spot the detail. Do you know what the producer just said to me? We haven't got a still story. No wonder you haven't got a still story. You haven't heard what I'm about to read yet. A still story means a photograph. Okay, so bear in mind the producer just said that to me, not knowing. A performance artist, Jordan McKendy, he showed students a film of himself cavorting naked with a broom handle up his bottom. No! We haven't got that still story. No. Because if we we had,
Would've
we'd
made
be
it-
off the air.
Would have made a clean sweep of it.
But he's agreed to leave his job. But it's amazing the Star left out that detail. Not only was he stirring a bucket full of pigs' hearts,
But he
had a
was
broom up
brushing
his
the
pocket.
yard.
Unbelievable, that's a big detail. That's the very last one.
Oh,
An Argentinian woman has been granted divorce from her dirty husband. He doesn't even bother when the toilet gets blocked and floods the dining room. Oh, get us another drink. Look. Do you know what? It's the pun down with the fun down. It's the pun down of the week. We need to stand for the first two.
Really?
No, we'll just let Vicky in on the last one because it gets a bit tiring. It's too near Jeff and his that woman.
Shirt.
OK, here we go. I know it's his wife. From today's Star story, a builder gives up the day job to become a full-time artist.
What can it possibly
What can it? Did you know this is from today's Star?
Really?
The pun says, Bricasso.
That's strong.
No, it's good.
Jeff, keep the woman back. This is from Monday's Sun story. A member of McDonald's staff hits a child. See, I think this, you know what I mean? There used to be an era when literally I spent every day just getting cuffed. First 12 years of my life, just strangers, passers by, just cuff you in the street. Did you say something? I'd say something rude or something in a supermarket. It's just a stranger. We can't go, shut up, poof. Just
Yeah,
cuff
a
you.
mean gardener
Didn't
lived
harm
next
me.
door, did at the same time.
Yeah, the gardener cuffed you. Exactly right. You used to have
served it.
adults just squeeze your head as hard as possible. You used to have seriously? You just squeeze your head and pick you up by the head. Did you ever have that?
No.
Didn't you ever have that?
No, never.
And then it'd let you down and get your ruler and just go poof like that. Didn't you ever have that? Never harmed me. This is from anyway, it's a member of McDonald's staff has hit a child. It's bad news there for McDonald's, I'm sure, but the pun says Big Smack and cries. Big Smack and cries. Not Big Mac and fries.
Yeah.
Big Smack and cries.
Nice.
Do you think it is nice? It's a good pun. It's a good pun, isn't it? Oh, back me up.
It's good.
What can number one?
Number one.
One beat.
Do you want number one? Do you want the
Yeah! Please,
number one? Do you realise or shall I save it till after the break?
No.
Now!
Give it to us.
Well, all right, it's number one. It's the pun now, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready for Cockney Vic. Here she comes. Genuine real-life Cockney, ladies and gentlemen. She is a genuine real-life Cockney. Hello. To the back of the van. La 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 la. Hey. I know she loves me. Loves me. Hey. If I catch you lifting it, I'll saw your legs right off. Here we go. This is from yesterday's Star. The story: a cat gets stuck in a dustbin lorry.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, a cat gets stuck in a dust cart. You remember the pun from yesterday? It's genius. Great pun. The pun says, "Let me out." Genius. That is genius right there. So simple yet genius.